Urgency creates decision-making. You know Washington. If the deadline's midnight, they'll start working on it about 11:30.
That was Kevin Brady, Republican member from Texas and chairman of the Tax Writing Committee in the House of Representatives, talking at a Politico event about the kind of artificial deadlines that Congress frequently sets for themselves in order to get something done. So today I'm going to give you a deadline. By the end of these office hours, I want you to be able to tell when it's a serious Washington deadline and when it's the kind where you roll your eyes. So let's go through a few. First up, sunset provisions. These are laws that have a specific time frame after which they expire. Take, for example, the assault weapons ban passed in 1994 with a 10-year time frame. After that decade had passed, control of Congress had passed from the Democrats to the Republicans. They did not want the ban. They let it expire. They did not act to renew it. Therefore, all the weapons that were once restricted under that particular law have been legal since 2004. Next up, the committees in Congress that pass authorizing bills. They all have end dates so that Congress will periodically reconsider and re-examine the programs in question. That's everything from the Park Service to the IRS to air traffic control. A lot of these deadlines we hear about also have to do with money. You have to give the government agencies authority. You have to give them money to carry out that authority. The federal budget year ends every year on September 30th. And if we haven't gotten all the funding bills passed, which often happens, then we get what's called a continuing resolution to get us past that September 30th deadline and set a new deadline sometime later into the winter. Finally, the artificial deadline. This sort of deadline really boils down to leadership saying, no more TV until your homework is done. Now, Senator Harry Reid, when he was the Senate Majority Leader, was a master of this kind of bluff. He was constantly saying, we're going to work into the weekend for this or for that. Rarely did they ever work into the weekend. The only real deadline for any piece of legislation is the end of a particular Congress, and this Congress does not end until the first week of January 2019. Just one second. Hi, hon. No, oh yeah, I'll be there. Okay. Okay. Thanks. Bye. Now that's what I call a deadline. I'm Ron Elving at NPR. Thanks for coming to my office hours.